now that we are a day and a half post Hurricane Milton, a lot of you want to know, you're asking, what happens now? What happens after the storm? If you remember what my neighbor said on Wednesday in part of the video where he said, hey, I read an article that after a hurricane, house prices go up. So TampaBay.com, just a few weeks ago, October 2024, they looked at a study that was published last year in the Journal of Environmental Economics and Management, and here's what they saw. Researchers analyzed 16 years of property data across various Florida markets, and of course that included our markets, and they found that after a hurricane hits, home prices temporarily rise and wealthier buyers move in. And the article continues with a quote from an economist at Resources for the Future, which is a nonprofit research institute in Washington, D.C. And he says that basically the hurricane destroys part of the housing stock or the inventory. And so there is less housing supply on the market, which will up the price. Yeah, it's kind of true. And here's why. The reason is because so many people are going to take their homes off the market if they were on the market because they might need a new roof or they might need to do some cleanup, get some trees taken down or whatever. That's going to happen. And plus, the more homes that don't go on the market, because it could be 3 or 4 months before all of these roofs get done. Remember, when you have something like this and you have pretty much every roof in a community, whether it needs total replacement or it just needs new shingles in certain sections, that's a lot of work to be done. That means that these crews are going to be so super busy, coming from other states too. That's very common. So definitely check out who's working on your roof. And they have to get permits if they're replacing, right? So they've got to get the permits. Those are quick. That's something they can do online. But I would say that all of these people, they're going to need work on their homes and probably even more work as you get closer to the shorelines into the Bradenton, Sarasota, of course, up into Tampa and Pinellas and Hillsborough counties. That stuff was terrible. You saw the tornadoes. They said there were 126 detected tornadoes, mostly in the interior of the state even before it made landfall. So those were devastating pictures. Here, I don't know if we had any tornadoes. We could have had tornadoes. I mean, it certainly sounded like a few tornadoes during the worst of the storm after the eye went through. But anyway, what I'm saying is that all of those homes that are going to need so much done, just think about the shortages that happen, right? So we need shingles, or maybe you have a tile roof, you're going to be waiting for tiles. People are going to be needing new 2x4s and lumber and interior things and finishes and stuff. So all of that stuff kind of gets backed up and hard to find. I know during Hurricane Ian, there was, of course, a shingle shortage. And so when that happens, it makes things last longer, take longer to clean up, take longer to re-roof and that sort of thing. So those prices go up. So that's just the way it is, supply and demand. And that's why a lot of homes, if your home is okay, and you were thinking about selling, well, unfortunately, fortunately for you, but this might be a really good window because there's still going to be buyers, believe it or not, and they're going to need to find a home that is ready to roll. So that might help you. But yes, prices do tend to go up because the shortage, the inventory of homes goes off the market. And listen, I showed you some new construction over just in Broadleaf. I mean, a lot of those brand new, those roofs are only maybe 4 or 5 months old, and they lost a lot of shingles. So that just means that it's going to take some time for all of the builders, even on their new construction homes, their inventory homes that they haven't sold yet, they're going to have to fix those. So inventory levels are going to drop, and that just means any existing homes on the market are probably going to be gobbled up very quickly, and they're going to cost more. So we've already talked about that we will likely have a lot of homes that were on the market, both resale and new construction. They're going to go off the market to make repairs. And because there's going to be shortages of stuff, we just talked about that, it might take a little bit longer for those repairs to happen. So we're going to see homes go off the market. The other thing that we probably will see, because it's very common here after a devastation, is that we see people that are just done with Florida. They've had too many back-to-back devastating hurricanes or weather situations, and they're just done. I've even talked to a few of my neighbors that said, yeah, we don't know if we're going to stick around here. We've lived here a long time. I think we're ready to head somewhere else. So we are going to see some people say, see ya, Florida. Going to salute Florida, say goodbye.
I'm out of here.
And put their homes on the market. Now, a lot of you might think, well, that might then increase inventory levels. Yeah, it's going to help to give more homes to those that are really looking, because there's going to be a lot of other savvy people that come from other states going, we're going to take advantage of an unfortunate situation and go down there and see if we can find a home. Again, these people that want to leave, these people that want to maybe put their homes on the market, I'm sure I'm going to be getting several phone calls now. People will say, hey, we think we're ready to roll. We're going to roll out of Florida. And that makes total sense. So I think we're going to start getting those. Will it increase inventory levels? I think it's just going to help us, give us something that's on the market, because again, new construction and resale homes are going to need some repairs. And so we don't know how long that takes with shortages and that sort of thing. So I don't think it's going to inundate our real estate market with a lot of listings. But I do think that it's a great opportunity for people if you're deciding that Florida is no longer where you want to live, that you might take advantage of this situation. As long as your home is ready to roll, no damage, that sort of thing, go ahead and put it on the market. So I think we're going to start seeing some people, it won't be a mass exodus, but I still think we're going to see some people say, what? Later. I think we're going to see some people saying, later, Florida, we're out of here. So that's what happens afterwards. It's going to be really interesting to see how quickly things get back to normal. So if you're still considering Parrish, I hope now that you've seen what it's like to go through it, and it might deter you. It might be something you're like, forget that. But I think for anywhere that you live, there's always going to be some risks in any state, right? Tornado Alley, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's just going to happen wherever you live. But if you're still thinking that these areas in Manatee or Sarasota County might interest you, I'd sure love to hear from you. Be happy to share our experience, even more so if there was something on the video clips that didn't answer a question for you. Happy to chat with you. I've talked to so many of you through the live videos that I was posting during the storm. I appreciate you guys reaching out. Kept me kind of focused and not as focused on freaking out. But anyway, I would love to chat with you. And hey, make sure you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that I can keep great real information coming at you about what it's like to live in any of these communities. I love my hometown Parrish. I think you guys know that. I think it's a great place to live, a great place to consider, but there's some great communities around here that you can also consider. And if you're coming this way, I'd love to chat with you. I'm Catherine Newman, and I look forward to seeing you under better circumstances on the next video. See you then.